Patty, what up, buddy? How y'all doing? So today I decided to fly the C90. I think Deutsch said 350, but I flew that on Sunday, and there's one of these guys that's, I guess they're based out of our airport, so I've seen him taxiing around today, so I parked out on the ramp, and I was like, you know, wait a minute. Got it updated since the last time I flew it on stream, so let's give her a go. Try to crash this thing. Does the scrolly thing? No, it does not work with this one. Too damn bad. No pre-flights, no run-ups. Just in there, start, put our flight plan in, and let's go die. Go ahead and remove our static options. Passenger door? Should have enough fuel. Double check the parking brake is on, and it is. Oh, no. Battery. Battery on.
Good morning.
Why is the avionics on?
Heavy with
No. Battery, nav lights, beacon. Oh, not you. Wrong ones. Auto feather, engine auto ignition. Should be good for startup here. Grip up. It's cool, you can actually see the props unfeather themselves. Seems like on the airfoil labs, it just switches automatically. You can actually see the props unfeathering. Neat. That's a good start, buddy. We'll go ahead and get the inverter on, generator on. Can we reset it? No, don't need it. We'll go full fuel rich on you to recharge. There you go, bud. Engine number 1. Auto ignition on. They feather mechanically. You operate it with the prop condition levers. So watch this. You can see they're feathered right now, but watch it rotate when we start it. Have to get the fuel here. There it is. Isn't that cool?
Retard.
Horex, my favorite German is back. How you doing? Thanks for the host. You too, full rich. Turn the volume down a smidge too, eh? Inverter's on, generator on. Boost pumps can come off. There we go, how's that? Not too shabby for Coronado. Alright, engines are on. Leave the auto feather on for now. What's on the panel? Inverter is... I thought the inverter was on. Oh, it is off. Okay, now the inverter's on. Engines on, so before we even do the avionics, we'll go ahead and turn our failures on. I'm thinking, you know, the last 2 times we've done this, there were no failures, and that's at 400 global mean time, so maybe 350 today? Yay or nay? 350 or 400? Put it down to 1. Now you're pushing it, buddy. We'll go 350. Done. Apply changes. The avionics can come on. Do you have a flight plan? You're gonna love it.
21.0 are the
How about a transponder code? We got the IFR flight. So let's get that back down to lean or low idle. There you go.
21.0 are the
1117. Okay.
Air Canada 407, roger, and expect a runway 24 right.
1.
we check
One.
Q core right for departure, Canada.
7 on, standby is on. So we're in Vero Beach. We're going to fly to Key West. We do have a little bit of an ocean crossing, but it shouldn't be too bad. There's also, according to NextRad right now, some weather at Key West.
Okay, we check
So first we're going to go
Q core right
Bulldog,
for departure, Canada.
Bravo,
407.
Lima. Remind me when we get in the air, I got a story from flying around IRL today. Not where I'm looking at. I think there is one brewing, but I don't see that right now. I'm kind of zoomed in. This just looks like a localized thing. Bulldog, here we go. Here's the fun stuff. Diddy. I hate you, Diddy. D-I. India. Delta Delta. And then we're going to Swags.
Something,
Diddy Swags.
414, runway 24 right,
Ah,
wind
shit.
is 27025, altitude 2986, follow Air Canada via Echo and Bravo, contact tower holding show 1199. 1199, we'll follow Air Canada, Echo Bravo, 2986, sunwing 414.
Maybe. Diddy Swags, then we're going to fly over Marathon. Marathon VOR, which is Mike Tango.
414, runway 24 right, the wind is 27025, altitude
Hotel.
2986, follow Air Canada via Echo and Bravo, contact tower holding show 1199.
And then down to Key West.
Echo Bravo, 2986, sunwing 414.
Kilo Echo. I'm dumb. Yankee. Whiskey. GPS. I think it automatically syncs to your next waypoint now with the update. It should be. So 187, that's reading 187. That's perfect. How about an ATIS? Wait, Puff Daddy's not a thing anymore? Am I old too?
519 short of Echo for 24 right.
Kilo, Victor, Romeo, Bravo, airport information. Echo 1553, Zulu, weather, wind 077 at 10, visibility 10, sky condition 3100, scattered temperature 312.21, altimeter 3002. Advise on initial contact, you have information. Echo.
Information Echo.
Ground although it's runway 519 short of Echo for 24 right.
Kilo,
Vero Beach, we got ground there. Tower 126.3. I can use these things actually. 126.3 there. And actually, I'll put in departure. Do we have a departure or we go to center? Miami Center 125.07. There we go. 3002.
Air Canada 407, taxi for the ice.
Canada 407, taxi short of Delta.
Sure, Delta, Air Canada 407. Air Canada 407, taxi for the ice.
Canada 407, taxi short of Delta.
And we're going west, so that's going to be an even altitude. We got 200 miles. So we'll go to let's go to 20,000 feet. Can we get to 20,000? Should be able to do cabin altitude. There you go.
Ground something 414, we need a 30 second run up on position this morning.
Get a little aft trim for takeoff. If we remember correctly, in this 350, it said to put the prop sync on during your run up, which seems weird, but we'll do that when we get into the hold short there. On, auto. No, we don't need that. Head blower, we'll leave the auto as well.
519 short Delta, Air Canada 407. 29, short Delta Air Canada 407.
20,000. Comms com 1 is on.
Good day, Porter 405 and
Altimeter is set. I think we're ready to go. Figure out where we're going
left
now.
turn, taxi north ramp.
Alright, we are at the FBO by Charlie 4. Winds are 077 at 10, so let's go runway. And we'll go runway 12. Right. We'll just taxi straight down there to 12 right.
Good day,
That
Porter
works pig.
405 and Foxtrot.
Taxi lights on,
Porter 405
fasten seatbelts
left
are
turn,
on.
taxi north ramp and
Let's go.
behind gate 57, transfer south ramp, gate 7.
Nothing on the annunciator. Aiden, how you doing, buddy? Happy Friday to you.
Delta cross 28, contact DS 2252 on Kilo. I'll be 24 right, remain as unchanged.
2252 on Kilo, and Delta cross 24, or correction, cross 28, and we check 248 departure, remain unchanged for Canada 407.
Let's do this. We got have on there vertical speed. Should be able to do 1800 on climb out. We got outcell. We'll do heading for departure. And we got the flight director.
Now 3755, right turn, taxi on the east line, north ramp,
117.
short of Echo.
East lane on the north, short of Echo, Wisconsin, under 75.
Flight you doing this weekend? Clear left.
Ground, good day, Rouge 1814, taxiway in the old Short Echo.
GT 14, hold short of Echo.
Short Echo, Rouge 1814. Ground, good day, Rouge 1814, taxiway in the old Short Echo.
GT 14, hold short of Echo.
Short Echo, Rouge 1814.
I haven't flown the TBM in a minute, man. I need to get that back out. I was thinking about doing that for Failure Friday today, but I've done it twice for Failure Friday. I only had a failure. Well, I guess I had a failure both times in that.
Rouge
This
1814,
one was pretty
Transat
shit.
via Echo and Bravo Tower, holding short 1199. The wind is 27022, gusting 31, altimeter 2986. Bay of 24 right, reported slippery.
Okay, 2986 behind Transat, it's Echo and Bravo for Rouge 1814.
Alrighty, here, boys. I'm gonna do a full run up to a flight control check. Free and correct. Flaps. indicating. Set those for takeoff. Flight instruments, no cracks, no bubbles on the compass there.
You can follow Transat via Echo and Bravo Tower.
Altimeter is set within 100 feet of field elevation. Green over, or blue over brown. Airspeed indicator reads 0. Turn coordinator is in the middle.
Okay, 2986 behind
Directional
Transat,
gyro
Echo
is
and,
lined up. CDI
Bravo,
is set.
ready.
Vertical speed reading 0.
14.
GPS is still working, and we got it pegged on Bulldog. Our first one's 11.5. I think we're good to go. So landing lights, recognition, strobe, or strobe, strobe. I got it, strobe.
Lima cross 13, guys, 13.
Auto feathers on. Trimmed for takeoff.
Is ready to taxi.
Aircat 234, ground runway 0 right, altimeter 3024, taxi via Juliet Charlie, Juliet Hold Short Lima.
Taxi
Juliet Charlie, Juliet Hold Short Lima 3024, Air Canada 234, thank you.
Ammeter. Electrical loads all positive. That's probably a good thing.
Is ready to taxi.
Aircat
Clear final, let's go.
runway 0 right, altimeter 3024, taxi via Juliet Charlie, Juliet Hold Short Lima.
Juliet Charlie, Juliet Hold Short Lima 3024, Air Canada 234, thank you.
Probably. Look, you know how things are going to go on this flight. Just keep it rolling here. Airspeed's live. Temperatures, pressures, still okay. Yes, yeah.
Ground West at 1788, request push start from 81.
Westjet 1788, ground for short excursion.
Push our direction West at 1780.
Gear up and indicating. Not much, man. How you doing, X-plane pilot? Turn the landing lights off. The yaw damper. Flaps up.
Ground West at 1788,
Go
request
autopilot
from
on.
81.
Westjet 1788, ground for short excursion.
Push our direction West at 1780.
Should bring the nose up a bit and we'll capture about 125. That's right, Coronado C90. I will do 120. IS mode.
Aircat 234, short Lima.
And we'll start a turn here.
Cat 234, ground, continue Lima, cross runway 13. Lima, cross 13, Air Canada 234.
Speaking of, See one of the engines explode right now. See ya. Ooh,
Northern 1841, climb flight level 330.
Flight level 330, Northern 141.
Alright, let's go direct to Bulldog. Direct, enter, and switch you to nav.
Flight on time, 1841.
Northern 1841, go ahead.
Yeah, just wondered, do you have any ride reports on our route today at TCO?
No recent reports or complaints at all. Are you getting chopped there?
It looks like it's just starting. We'll let you know in about a couple minutes.
We climbed pretty good, man. 5,000 feet, just now turning right over the runway again. Neat.
Northern 1841, climb flight level 340.
Okay, climb flight level 340, Northern.
Forgot to turn the transponder on, no big deal. They probably would have reminded us. An otter pilot. I sure did. I have it enabled for every plane, including the Zebo even. It even adds stuff to the Zebo for me.
Zebra 2270, heavy roger, climb flight level 370.
I see climb flight level 370.
It works for me. What version of Zebo are you on? I got the, well, I had the newest one as of Tuesday, 3.36.17, I think. Yeah, it seems to work with mine too. Oh, so today, now that we got autopilot on, things are kind of working at the moment. We flew out to this untowered airport and we were doing, you know, practice patterns, just doing touch and goes. And this airplane that was based at that airport, when we were on downwind, they came out and took off, did a couple patterns, and then we touched and go, or wait, no, I think. We touched down and then they rolled out behind us, and they ended up turning crosswind before we did, like just 300 feet off the ground. I don't even know how the airspeed to do it. So we lost them in the pattern. We almost leveled out at about the same altitude. Maybe I could see into the windows. It was so close. So we had to do like a 360-degree right turn, and I don't know why, because they were behind us on takeoff. They should have just followed the traffic. Like I mean, that's about as dangerous as you can get. Super stupid.
Air Canada 426, flight level 350, and Mach 749.
Canada 426, roger, and how's the ride?
And then the whole time, like, they kept turning the same crosswind really close to the runway. Like, if you had an engine out at that point, you're screwed. You don't have the airspeed or the altitude really to do anything rather than climbing out. And then they would go way, way downwind. So again, the whole point of doing a pattern, right, is if you lose an engine, you could still make the runway. But they're so far downwind that when they turn base, if they lost an engine, they would crash anyway. I just don't understand how, if they followed us out, they had the traffic in sight, why would you even think that it was okay to start turning a crosswind until we had? Follow the traffic. Damn, that could have been a lot worse.
Center, good day, WestJet 3 Heavy passing, flight level 196, climbing 230.
WestJet 3 Heavy, Toronto, good day, radar contact, climb to flight level 330.
Climb flight level 330, WestJet 3.
What was the other one? That was the first close call that I've had.
Center, good evening. 4088, checking to 330.
AC 4088, turn off level 330, today, radar contact.
Good evening, Air Canada 80 Heavy 204.
Did you see him visually, or did you have four flight or something going for you?
Today, radar contact, climb to level 330.
Flight level 330, Air Canada 80.
Dude, that was close. How close were you guys? Yeah, so I was talking to my instructor, because I think I mentioned this to you before. I think it's February 2020, everyone has to have ADSB.
12387, Air Canada 296.
Kidding.
Center WestJet 3 Heavy request flight level 350.
WestJet 3, climb to level 350.
Flight level 350, WestJet 3.
It is a huge deal. I mean, yeah, you'd think that you'd be able to see things visually out your window, but you lose them so quickly with traffic. It's just nice to be able to have something where you can see traffic around you and what altitude they're at and what direction they're heading. I know that you should acclimate. Ooh, we got a master caution. Cabin altitude.
Canada 824 in the climb to flight level 230.
We're on auto.
Air Canada 824, heavy today, radar contact,
Leads are
climb
open.
to level 310.
Flight level 310,
The
Canada 8.
altitude. That's a huge pressure difference. What the hell? Okay. Pressurization. Well, I'd say it's overpressured. Feck. Let's out hold.
Today, Rouge 1924, heavy at a 208.
Not hold altitude. Altitude hold.
Sign 300 or better in the climb.
We'll level up and see if it can catch up with us. Change the rate.
Normal speed.
Okay, climb to 310, normal speed, Rouge 1924.
We're at about 14,000. I'm not losing consciousness. It says the cabin's reading at 0 feet, but we're at 15,000. So that means there's overpressure?
Air Canada 848 would like to request 330, please.
Canada 848, climb to level 330.
330, Air Canada 4, thank you.
Yeah, we'll see. So I think 13,000 is the magic number for X-plane, isn't it? Let's go back down to 12.
Rouge 1914, heavy, descending climb to level 310.
Flight level 310 is 1914.
Easy. Oh, dude, God damn it. There we go.
Rouge 1702 with me.
Yeah, just made the switch through flight level 202 for 230.
Rouge 1702, turn on climb to level 370.
Climbing team level 370, Rouge 1702, thank you.
Have not done an emergency descent, no, but practiced a power off 180, which is kind of interesting. I still have not been. I think the fastest our maneuvering speed is like 110 miles an hour. Not a fast airplane.
Easy Toronto, Rouge 1798, 17-4, landing 230.
Rouge 1798, Sunny, good evening, climb level 350.
350 now, Rouge 1798.
Canada 848, contact Sunny 1356.
356
Yeah, well, I watched that the flight shops video about it. That my instructor actually sent it to me, and then someone weirdly enough posted it like a few minutes afterwards in the Discord. Oh, you're talking about my maneuvering speed? Yeah.
And Toronto, WestJet 254, 518, 230.
Now at 12,000 feet, you can pressurize the cabin for about 0 feet, so that took care of the warning. We'll just have to cruise at 12,000. It's fine, it's not my gas. See how fast we can get it here, though. Ooh.
Altair 65 Foxtrot, contact Sunny 12387. Hey.
Just don't want to explode the airplane.
Rouge 1702, contact Sunny 1356.
1356, I'm going to Rouge 1702.
Play.
She can kiss my ass.
Good Air Canada 428, 188, climate at 230.
Hey, Canada 428, Sunny, climb level 350.
350, Air Canada 428.
Beautiful ortho today, guys. Looking really good. Oh, you can see the ground a little bit. Look at that. That's beautiful. Hey, how's the weather? This is about right. Just left Vero Beach. Kind of close to there, aren't you?
And Toronto from Rouge.
Key West looks like it was having some weather too. Let's have a look at the ATIS, see what they're saying.
Rouge 1798, all my rides are good, but no problem.
Key West, wind 090 at 11 knots, visibility 10, clouds broken at 7,000, temperature 29, dew point 25, precipitation none. Gonna put in approach just in case. RNAV 09, vectors, load, Spanx. Dude, it's been, I guess there's like some, I don't know what it is, low pressure or something here, but for the last 2 weeks, or I guess a week and a half now, it's been just 96, 95, sunny,
Rouge 1559, contact center.
Kind of getting sick of it. I mean, the sun's nice because you can fly every day, but at the same time, I'm done with the heat. It's almost fucking October. Too much to ask for some fall weather?
Toronto, good evening. Air Transat 308, they be climbing.
Hello, what the hell?
3 for level 230.
Air Transat 308, heavy tonic climb for level 370.
Climb for level 370, Air Transat 308.
It's about what your winter temperatures are like, isn't it?
Air Canada
Low
428,
70s, basically.
1356.
35.6, Air Canada 388.
Okay. Executive 791, contact me on my other frequency 12467.
12467.
Well, I guess Georgia's really not too much different. I'm probably like, what, high 50s, mid 50s during the day. It's not too much different than it is in Florida. Looking forward to a normal winter rather than being in Korea. Korea was the coldest that I ever was in my life, man. That is such a frigid place.
935 heavy for the Roger.
And we were in this one area of Korea where it never snowed either. Pretty much the whole country got snow except for the southeast corner for some reason. So you got all the cold, but none of the good stuff that comes with winter.
Executive 791, Roger.
I'd probably hate it though if I had to deal with it every day. It's good for you though. Take a cold shower, man. I'm looking forward to that at least, because yesterday was the first day doing training where I actually did not have fun. The winds were crazy. It was so hot. Even at like 4,000 feet, the plane was still like mid 80s or something. Not great. There's some ortho. Today was the exact opposite though. We flew for over 2 hours, did like 15 landings, and it felt like we were only up there for like 15 or 20 minutes. Oh yeah, let's play that game. It's a little bit easier for me to win.
And Executive 791, just to keep in a picture, I need you to fly level 270 at 2 leg, and a further descent in about
15 landings. Yeah, buddy.
Okay, we'll clear 9, 2 leg.
Keeper, you're getting into spring, aren't you? Should be warming up for you, isn't it? Any golf courses down here? Let's play the game. Should be looking in the cockpit, they said. Nah, dog. Damn. We go from like 30, nearly 30 to freezing. I was asking my instructor about that. He said he had a few students that they got motion sick. How quickly did you get over it? I've fortunately never gotten motion sickness. Not seasick, not car sick or anything.
Air Transat 724, contact 12787.
2787, that's not the 724.
Okay. Yeah, whatever works. Power of lasers. Is that a chiropractor? I thought that's where you like they smush your spine and stuff.
Victor Papa, Victor, what altitude were you looking for? I can't remember. I had like 5,500.
This does not look like prime golf course territory. It's like swamp and farms.
Yeah, 5,006 altitude.
Although that's like most of Florida. Oh, golf course. I take it back. That looks like a golf course, right?
Bravo, Victor, Juliet, 4,000 feet via Burberry.
Oh, maybe not.
1,000 feet, Bravo, Victor, Juliet.
Bravo, Victor, Juliet, continue climb 5,000.
5,000, Bravo, Victor, Juliet.
What's our ground speed? 228. That's not too bad considering we're only at 12,000. True, my dad moved down there when he retired. That's all he does. I think he lives near Orlando-ish.
Victor, Papa Victor, request higher with Toronto now 119.
For what, golfing?
77.
If I lived up in Canada or Michigan, I'd try to get out of there during the winter. It sounds like it sucks. Most of my family's from Wisconsin, and a couple times we went up there to visit them during Thanksgiving, and Jesus, man, I can't deal with that stuff. 90 last winter. That's a golf course, right? That's gotta be. Yeah, you can see little sand traps and stuff. That's 1 point for Farrell. I think old people from everywhere love Florida. My dad always called it the land of newlyweds and nearly deads. Now that he's the latter, he moved down there too. How long does it take you to drive down there, though? It's got to be at least like 16 hours. Have I reminded? No, he reminds himself every day. He knows. 22 hours. Fuck. Is it worth it? I don't mind driving. Road trips are kind of fun for the first couple hours if you got a company, but man, you gotta be in a car for 22 hours? Nah, man. That's rough.
6,000 after noise, right direct to Uber on course through 103.
Oh, I guess that's fair. Did it take you about the same amount of time from Massachusetts? Nor would I.
Chest 7977, information Romeo, altimeter 299.5, you can expect visual 26, descent at 3,000.
So how long of a span of time was this?
Check your marks next.
Like between when you drove down to Florida and when you went back to Buffalo? 2-3 weeks. I feel, yeah, if it was like in a span of a week, that's just too much time to spend in a car. Were you by yourself too?
Soup 103, contact the center on 135.62.
3562, Soup 103.
At least you had someone to talk to. You'd probably be going like mad, stir crazy by yourself and be in a car for 48 hours. 45 hours, right?
Tango Lima Yankee, Toronto terminal, you're identified, not above 3,000 VFR, follow shoreline to St. Catharines, the altimeter is 299.7.
Was he in Florida?
Roger.
Who has an apartment in Florida with no air conditioning? I mean, unless it's broke. Oh, Massachusetts. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I guess it gets hot up there too, but it's not like Florida summers. Is it humid during the summer in Massachusetts?
Center Metro Tango India Mike, level 4,500 feet, off Hamilton.
Tango India Mike, Roger, squawk at end, going to London, is that correct?
Affirmative, London, there's the idea.
Tango India Mike, identified 4,500 VFR, you can proceed direct, the altimeter is 299.7.
They worked in the wrong unit. Oh, shit.
Tango India Mike.
I don't know if it makes me a pussy or something, but when I think about how people lived over 100 years ago with no air conditioning, I don't know. I don't know if I could survive a summer in Georgia with no aircon.
3,000 direct to native on course, quarter 729.
that.
Quarter 729, contact departure 128 decimal 8, connect.
128 decimal 8.
Stakes. Thanks for the follow. I missed someone else. My computer timed out there. Apologize, but thank you both for the follow. Even if it was a couple degrees cooler 100 years ago, the summers would still suck, man. Guys, welcome. We're doing Failure Friday. We've had one failure. There was some sort of pressurization issue, so we're down here at 12,000. Just continuing the flight. See, maybe a good little bumpy going through these clouds. There's this place in Korea, I can't remember where it is. That'd be cool if the wings could actually fall off. Like Piper in real life. There's this place in Korea, and I don't know what causes it, but there's like an ice cave where even during the summer, this cave is frigid. Like it's in the 40s, and the whole valley where the cave is, or the cave complex is pretty cool. It's like 10 degrees cooler than it is everywhere else.
135.3.
Yeah, so I mean...
135.3, Tango into plane.
Roger.
Actually, one of the arrows that I fly has a different wing. I guess they were saying that somebody, during their taxi or something, they tipped the plane and it broke it, so they replaced the wing. And then we started talking about that arrow that went down out of Daytona, out of Embry-Riddle, and how it was hard to tell with the arrows whether or not they had any damage because you have to take all the seats and shit out to get to the rivets and everything. No. I'm not going to get my complex stuff until I start working on the instrument rating, because we have an arrow. I've been flying just the Cherokees, though. So once I get into instrument, I'll probably get complex stuff. I just don't want to spend the money on it right now, when I'm only working towards VFR anyway, or towards the private license. I did get my student pilot certificate, though. So as soon as I get my medical, I can do my solo. Oh, there you go. Oh, so the X-plane pilot is here still. He asked about that. He asked about like a pilot certificate or a student certificate. No, I literally signed up yesterday. Air conditioning without electricity. How does that work? Yeah, my problem though is like if you're just funneling in air from outside in a place like this where it's super humid. What up, Deutsch? You're gonna get humid, cooler. I mean, I guess it would move air around, so it'd be a little bit cooler. All right, explain how this works. This wizardry. So you get Miami Center. Miami Center. Registration 685 Tango.
Center code 352 and 310. You can have 352, it's an good evening.
Sucks hot air out from inside. Okay.
Center, it's Air Canada 430. Just gone through flight level 185.
Do you know anyone who's experimenting with this, or is it just something that you read about?
330 now for Air Canada 436.
I can't live without AC though. I mean, when I lived in that apartment in Korea, I had from pretty much May until the end of September, I was just blasting. I had it at 18 degrees every day. My landlord, when I was moving out, she had to pay the electricity bill for the last month, so I had to transfer her money. She was like, "Why is your air conditioning bill so high?"
Thank you.
Can't sleep when it's warm. We did have a failure, yeah. There was a pressurization issue, which is why we're at 12,000. For whatever reason, the altitude is reading correct, but the cabin altitude never got above 0. Yes, 18 degrees Celsius. Do you want me to translate that for you? Let me get a calculator. 18 times 1.8 8 plus 32. Yeah, about 64.4. Nice. When I was driving home today, I found a person in front of me. Yeah, it's freezing. That's how you get good sleep like that. You sleep better when it's cold. I saw a car today that said ex-Brit and sent it to Dutch Baby. It's like, come on, man, move to America. You can be an ex-Brit too. You get a little vanity license plate. Also for air temperature, I've had this argument a bunch of times with Philistines that run in metric. I still think Fahrenheit is better for describing how air temperature feels. Because if you say 13 degrees versus 15 degrees Celsius, it's actually a pretty big difference, right? But, 74 degrees versus 75 and 76, it's not. It's more precise. Here we go. Oh, made of plastic bottles too. You kill 2 or 3 birds with 1 stone.
Sherlock 124 with me. Sherlock 124, you might have some light chop, pocket of light chop, maybe light turbulence in about 30 to 40 miles. That's the most long. Airbus 330 went through it 10 minutes ago and stayed there. About 5 minutes later.
I don't know how to do the conversions in Kelvin though. 304 degrees. That sounds warm. So while we're down here, let's go Key West, ATIS 119675. Oh, also today when we were coming back, the guy who does the ATIS usually, he's got some spunkiness. So like he's like information Yankee. So when I was flying back in, I was like, 6412 whiskey, inbound, full stop runway 7 with information Yankee. He didn't say anything. I thought he'd be a little chipper about that. He's actually doing the Well, I mean, we can't get above it. I can't climb higher than 12,000. It's part of Failure Friday. You want a failure? You want to have a normal flight?
One ready.
I can see the ground down there.
240 or Canada 35.
Oh, that's cool. Look at that. Dudes, I just did real world weather, real world time. Failures down to 350 now. Got one. We're not there yet. How long is it? Let's see what we got to go. About 100 and some odd miles. Actually, should be crossing the ocean soon too. Because we're flying direct from Vero Beach, or like middle of the state, to Marathon. Information Yankee. Yeah, it does. But it's not particularly useful. You can change the range. You can clutter and declutter. Oh, it's got traffic there. Forward or centered. And weather radar does work, I believe.
Roger, Tower of Aaron 369 from is ready. 24 left Romeo.
Nah, that's no good. It's Coronado, man.
Roger, airborne, western heading 205, contact departure, wind 25017, takeoff.
Although that said, I'll say this again. I love the Coronado Navajo. Like it's like a solid 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. Probably my favorite Coronado plane. does. I mean, the product quality, not only that, like, the sounds for one. I mean, the texture quality's always been pretty good, but the sounds are more consistent. There's less bugs. It feels like they fly better. I mean, even some of the newer planes have wing flex and stuff like that, and I don't know if it's just a placebo or the fact that they're older planes. Like, this was an old plane, and it's still, I don't know, it is what it is. But it's not the best. Plus, now they're new ones, you can get rid of this stupid damn Coronado menu by, you know, using your scroll wheel to make it translucent or invisible.
Air Canada, C33 heavy clear to land 2 more right.
Yeah, I mean, I think their older planes are solid. Like, if you just want to get in something and fly without really thinking about it, it's, you know, fine. It's a good plane to choose. They look good. They sound okay, and they basically work. But the new planes seem better to me than their older ones. They're getting better.
Air Canada, C33 heavy clear to land 2 more right.
They do get a bum rap, though, because they did have some fairly lazy work in the past. Particularly when you're basically just doing Control-C, Control-V from your P3D or X-Plane 10 airplanes. I mean, all this stuff is basically done for you. You don't have much work to do. It's kind of annoying when they release a plane then that they just copy and pasted and they still have some issues with it. Uh-oh, shots fired! Hard to keep track. He's always talking smack about something, isn't he? Brits are so negative, man. Hey, so I'm assuming you're talking about the PC-12, because I saw some screenshots.
Good day, WestJet 214 is final 248.
I wonder if that has something to do with the rep pack board, maybe. Says the South African guy. South Africans are the only people that have less of a sense of humor. Actually, I only know a handful of South Africans. The Germans have a sense of humor, they just have bad timing. Or they're like that famous joke, why are Germans bad at humor timing?
Good day, WestJet 214 is final 248. WestJet 214, number 2, the Streamliner short final, wind 260, 15, gusting 20, clear to land, 24 right. 24 right, clear to land, WestJet 214.
You're not wrong. About 90 miles.
Tower 447, she's coming up to hold short of 24 left back, also ready for departure. Order force.
Well, the Germans are really good at engineering. Why wouldn't they? I bet their engineered hug robots are better than their shitty robot German hugs.
285, remain this frequency for now. Wind 260, 15, gusting 20, 7 takeoff from 24.
Let's have a look and see where we're at.
285, 50 takeoff from 24 left, quarter at 472.
Ooh, we're about to be over the ocean.
WestJet 214, Western Echo, contact ground 1210. 210 and Echo, WestJet 214.
I mean, look at all this stuff. This is basically all uninhabitable alligator houses. Now you got like boa constrictors and stuff down there too. So we're gonna go straight to Marathon. And then we'll go west. What is this? TFR? Restricted. Max altitude, 14,000.
Jet 214, Western Echo, contact ground 121.
That's kind of a problem with most of the Western world. Even the United States has a low birth rate. It's not negative, but I mean, and like Korea had the same problem, so they were doing this. They were incentivizing younger people to they were doing like free dating services and stuff like that to get young people together. Same thing in Japan. Most of Europe.
32015 goes 20, clear the line, drop me 2.
Oh, I remember that from Steve-O thing. Isn't that over the Naval Air Station? Or around there?
Ship 3, coming departure 128.
For departure, West Jet 3.
Natural selection didn't work with you. Got him. FD51 and 7. Let's see where that is. Oop. Summerlin Key. Foxtrot Delta Found 1 and what? 7. Summerlin Key is called, oh, the balloon is called Fat Albert. I don't see the other one. 7 X-ray 1.
7, ILS 23.
West Jet 387, starting with 310 at 12.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, 7 X-ray 1 is Sugarloaf. It's somewhere around here.
23, West Jet 387.
Well, we should fly just about right over it. We'll give her the old lookout.
7328 is with you on the visual 24 left.
7328, Charlo, with 310, 15, goes 20, clear the line, drop me 2.
For left.
Information Yankee.
Current 694, turn line up and wait, runway 24.
Oh, we're over the water. We're over some water. No, there's still land down there.
American 2852, cross runway 24.
Cross 24, American 2852.
American 2852, right on Delta, contact ground 119.
Delta ground 19, American 2852.
Good night.
Let's see what other frequencies you got. Maybe Key West approach 124, 025.
West Jet 475, up to flight level 230. On flight level 230, West Jet 475.
update the X-Plane? I don't remember seeing the exhaust. You can see like the pop effect of these. That's cool though. No, I haven't. Didn't change the exhaust or anything.
Westjet 475.
11.4.
Level 230, Westjet 475.
I don't think I saw any updates on Steam, but I haven't really been checking that closely.
Encore 3464, the direct TSA. Direct TSA, Encore 3464. Encore 3464, the direct TSA. Direct TSA, Encore 3464. Westjet 2660, clear direct deuce.
Direct to, sorry, say again?
Westjet 2660, clear direct deuce.
I haven't even looked in the back. It's been a while.
Westjet 2660.
Nice.
Key West International Information Zulu. 1600 Zulu weather. Wind 080 at 8, visibility more than 10, rain. Sky conditions 6900 scattered, temperature 27, dew point 24. Altimeter 2995. Arriving runway 09, departing runway 09. Advise on initial contact you have Zulu.
Information Zulu.
Direct to,
29er, 9 or 5.
Westjet 2660, clear direct deuce. Direct deuce at Westjet 2660.
What?
Endeavour 5096, continue right direct to ankle and on course.
alright, right turn direct to ankle on course, Endeavour 5096.
Nah, just it kind of tuned it out. I'm just making sure I got the frequencies right, basically. See if we can get the marathon. Maniac, what is active?
Endeavour 5096, continue right direct to ankle and on course.
Alright, right turn direct to ankle on course, Endeavour 5096.
Oh, kind of like that. You can tell there's some that I'm just familiar with navigational fixes or SIDS or stars. So I'll hear something, I'm like, oh, okay, I kind of know where they're at geographically. But other than that, they've done a pretty good job because I don't really, not heard anything that readily identified them where they were. Oh, I don't know. I used to have a link to that because what's his name? Grau Adler
Westjet
posted
475, clear direct path.
some links for like the MD-88 or something, but it kind of screwed up the airplane. So careful with those. Like when I installed the custom sound pack for the MD-88, if I would adjust the sound, the external sounds of the plane in game after I had the plane loaded, then all sounds would be gone.
Departure Challenger 520 Romeo, Papa 2,300, climb 3,000, we're on the bed 2.
Endeavour 520 Romeo Papa, climb to 7,000, you're identified.
7,000, Romeo.
That would also be kind of a lot of work to do for one flight, wouldn't it? I've just been keeping my eyes whenever I see the XATC chatter in the news section of the X-Plane store. I know that there's a new version out, so I just download it. That's also one of the things that I'm really glad that I bought for X-Plane. Even though you probably could have made your own.
Departure Challenger 520 Romeo, top 2,300, climb 3,000. We're on the bed to. Over 520 Romeo, Papa, climb to 7,000. You're identified. 7,000, Romeo.
Alright, as soon as we make this turn over Marathon to Key West, we'll start descending.
West at 2660, contact center.
What is it? Post a link in here. Let's see if it's the same one I got. Kaboo! Nice. Yeah, that's the one. Ooh, there's an E-Jet sound pack. You've got ATC chatter.
West at 2660, contact center 13247.
There are a lot of planes in here.
13247. Endeavor 5096.
El Rascon! How you doing, buddy?
Contact center on
How's Korea treating you?
13247.
Y'all still streaming? The rain sound mod, if you get XP Realistic, it has default rain that's really good.
Endeavor 5096.
XP Realistic, that's a solid plug-in.
13247.
Tomorrow's Sunday. Dang, you got a marathon this weekend? Tell Robin I said hey. Dude, BSS, the sound is amazing. I got that for the A320. That is tit. Uh-oh, seeing some weather on the radar here. That should be to the south of where we're going now. Oh yeah, I talked to Jen the other day. She said y'all were going for Gopchang on Saturday. I'm jealous, man.
11,000. Course 3461.
Been eating like a bird since I went home. I need to have a good Gopchang night.
Encore 3464, climb 11, on 1,000. Climb 11.
Here we go.
What's your Morningstar 7090, 2600 for 3. I'm Morningstar 7090, climb 7,000. 7,000, Morningstar 7090.
I need to do some exploring of Korean cuisine in the Atlanta area. I've not even looked. I've only been out to eat twice since I've been home. Feels weird being back in the country where you have to actually tip people when you go to restaurants. What is this shit?
7090, 2600 for 3. I'm Morningstar 7090, climb 7,000. 7,000, Morningstar 7090.
That's why I just avoid restaurants. Coming up 10,000, we'll get these guys going on. That's the worst part about being back in the States, is like going from working at a public school where all of you get free lunch every day, and it's good. Now I gotta make my own lunch. It's like, what is this shit, man? I forgot how. Failure Friday's going pretty well. We had a failure with pressurization. We still got about 30 miles to go. Anything could still happen, but it's a pretty uneventful failure. Just had to level off a little early. Got a job now. I'm flying pretty much every day. I try to go as far as I can without getting a job. Treating that as my work at the moment. Is somebody I know? Are they from Atlanta or are they moving to Atlanta?
Turn 150, German.
And are they into airplanes? Who's not? Yeah, airplanes are great. You're here.
Question 475, contact center.
Gotcha. Kit and Ryan. The names sound familiar. I think I might have met them a couple years ago. You might have introduced me to them because they were from Atlanta, right? Or something like that. But it's one of those situations like with Tony. I don't know what time I met him or how many times I met him before I actually wasn't drunk. But I was like, hey, nice to meet you. He's like, we've met. You know, it's like, I might have met Kit and Ryan, but if we were at JJ's, I probably don't remember. Oh, yeah, look at that. That looks good. Now we can actually see the ground. Kinda.
Romeo Papa, continue your climb, 15,000.
Let's see, 7,000. Cabin altitude is at 0. To the ground, guys.
Morningstar 7090, turn left, heading 330. 330, Morningstar 7090. Morningstar 7090, turn left, heading 330. 330, Morningstar 7090. Canada 111, departure, you're identified, climb 7,000. Climb 7,000, Canada 111. Canada 111, 19, high climb 3,000. Canada 111, departure, you're identified, climb 7,000. Climb 7,000, Canada 111.
Dude, LRS gone. Thanks for the sub there, Fran. Alright, there's the runway.
Morningstar 7090,
We got it.
flight level 230. Flight level 230.
I think they would probably make you go out to Ocean over here and do a right pattern, wouldn't they? Because of the naval base. We'll take the autopilot off.
Morningstar 7090, climb flight level 230. Flight level 230, Morningstar 7090.
Don't know, we'll see. When we get on the downwind, we'll set her up. It's happened before.
Morningstar 7090, thanks. Cleared right to AP7 on course now. Down, step on course, Morningstar 7090.
Thought there was some rain down here. Later, buddy. Tell Capis and Robin and Aaron and all them boys I said hey. Have a good one. Enjoy your Friday evening there. Saturday morning now. Thanks for the sub. Later, fam. Is runway heading here?
0 Romeo Papa, clear direct Oakville. Direct to Oakville, 0 Romeo Papa.
094.
Romeo Papa, clear direct Oakville. Direct to Oakville, 0 Romeo Papa. Encore 3464, contact center 2492.
2492, Encore 346 waiting.
Encore 3464, contact center 2492.
2492, Encore 346 waiting.
Air Canada 111, turn left heading 360.
Left heading 360, Air Canada 111.
Correctly from Steve-O's video flying in his way. I think they sent him down to the west side of the island and then turned base. Look at
Air
that.
Canada 111, turn left heading 360.
Those cloud shadows look great, man. That's awesome. There's our runway.
Romeo Papa, contact center 3247.
Alright, let's see how we do here. Whoa.
Tip.
Flaps. And the landing gear. Pay attention.
Bill Romeo Papa, contact center 3247. 3247, Romeo Papa.
Unfortunately, down and 3 green.
Departure Zero, taking 1115 up at 6 left at 1.9 times 3000.
At 1115, departure identified.
China 694, wind 310, 15, gusting 20, clear for takeoff, runway 24.
We take off for right there, Canada 694.
Gonna overshot that one.
Clear 1705 tower, wind 31011, gust 19, continue number 1, traffic to depart. Number 1, reception 05. ICR 38 Charlie, wind 31011, gust 19, clear for takeoff, runway 23. Clear for takeoff, runway 23, ICR 38 Charlie.
It says one white, one red, but this feels low.
Update, out in line up and wait, runway 24 right.
Line up and wait, 24 right, through 1678. Clear 1705, wind 310 at 12, gust 19, clear to land, runway 23. Clear to land 23, reception 05.
That one.
Sierra 38 Charlie, contact departure 1288. Contact departure 1288.
It felt low and slow, man. I don't know. That
Charlie.
felt weird. Probably fine. We're live. Landing gear didn't collapse. That's the whole point is Failure Friday. I'm supposed to crash and die.
Tower, good evening, Jordan 7386, clear approach 24.
It's like some weeks it works, some weeks it doesn't.
20, clear to land, runway 24 left.
Clear to land 24 left, Jordan 73.
You're 1678, contact departure 1288.
Board departure route 1678, good day.
Yeah, let's see. On get her on ground. 121.9 transponder on standby. Flaps are up.
Air Canada 426, keep right to company Airbus 320, right to left on Delta. Air Canada 426, roger.
So I don't know if you can check the failure list. How do you do that? Because I think we found it through the TBM, but I'm not sure that this shows an actual list of failures. I think McFaddy and I were looking for that one time. We'll get it shut down and have a look. Want to know precisely what happened with the cabin pressure.
Hey, Canada 697, continue off
Park
Kilo,
next to that
contact
C90.
12227.
Up Kilo 2227, Air Canada 697 today.
Ooh, between the C90s and across from another one, them C90 boys.
C94 with
Y'all see where, you know, Beach Baron pilot, someone taxied into his airplane with a Bonanza?
both 15, Bravo, Short Bravo, and 394.
Push at 440, continue Sierra for Alpha Juliet, you're number 1 of the Transat Tove off the ring.
Alpha Juliet, 440.
Ground, good evening, American 1111, approach the top of Alpha.
There we go. Where would the failures be? Edit failures? It doesn't just show you what failed. Unless there's a way to do that somehow. Data apograph. Ooh, yaw control 2 failed. De-ice, pitot heat 2 failed. Oh, here we go. Good shout, Aiden. Don't have a G1000. No, not yet. Well, I'm trying to figure out what happened with the pressurization, though. It might have been. Because the only two things that failed were what? Pitot something or another, and the de-ice. De-ice, pitot heat, and yaw control 2 are the only things I see. Well, shit. Probably user error. Let's see replay.
That's 26 line up runway 2.
Oh, I remember how to fix this. There you go. looking airplane though. Barely even a flare. Weird landing. I don't know how I feel about that. That would have been smooth as though if you're riding in there, boy. Give the old Wayne's World view. Dimmy, what's up, buddy? You just missed the whole thing. Boop. Just landed in Key West. Alright guys, let me get out of here. I'll let it roll till the engine shut down because I kind of want to hear what those sound like now. So I had an update, but I think this is the first time that I've flown it since I got the update for it. Doubt anything is improved, but you never know. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Keeper, have a good one. Thanks for being here. Dimmy, good talking to you. Aiden, you're a wizard and magician. Brian, McFaddy, Dutch Baby. Dutch Baby, I'll see you in a bit for some Takeoff. All the other guys, later fellas. We'll see ya. Love ya.